I'm Akasha. I know many of you know me from Dragon Priest Gifts. Um, and I'm going to do a video on smudging. All the negativity that we're going through right now, I think more and more people need to know about smudging. Because everybody's being infected and influenced, and especially those that are empaths. I have so many empaths screaming about how much negativity is in their home and begging me to help them get it out and to keep it out, because it's affecting their energy, it's affecting their lives, it's affecting their thoughts, and I don't blame them. And look at the environment of the United States right now. It's horrible. It's horrible. So much hate spreading, and so many people focused on spreading the hate instead of focusing on something positive, a positive way to make a change. One way you can do that is by smudging your home. And not just smudging your home, doing a protection around your home to protect it from the energies bombarding it. And depending on if you live in an apartment or a mobile home or whatnot, depends on how you can do this. Apartment people, it's going to be really, really hard. Because when you're living in apartments, it's really hard to do a complete circle of boundary of protection around your home to protect yourself from your neighbors. It's not really easy unless you go around a whole perimeter of your house, of your apartment, and live with a salt circle all the way around to protect and shield you from your neighbors. But still, that won't do much for like the upper neighbors and the downstairs neighbors, and it's just you're so close. I remember living in apartments. It was so hard to keep my home calm and peaceful. Doesn't mean I didn't give it a good try. And smudging will still work. Protection circles and stuff will still work even if you're in a home. Just have to, in an apartment. You just have to do it more often. Now if you're in a home or a trailer, you're not all up close and bunched up, this will help tremendously. Especially if you move into a new place. Before you move your furniture in or before you move yourselves in, I always recommend not only doing a smudging of your home, but a triple house blessing. And what a triple house blessing is you start off with sage, then you work your way to cedar, and then you end with sweetgrass. And you never, ever, ever start with sweetgrass. And I'll tell you why when we get there. So things that you can use to smudge your home: you can use rosemary, you can use sage, you can use palo santo, you can use patchouli, and so forth and so forth. There's so many herbs that you can use. You can either use it as a smudge wand, or you can even just use it as a spritz or a spray. For those who are in candle magic, using candles as a means of their influence and stuff, you can still do that, but you probably would need a candle in each room. And you have to supervise them and keep a good check and make sure nothing is happening and stuff to cleanse out the negative energy. But once you do that, you need to put something in its place, because you just banished everything from your home. So after you've done that, you want to follow it up with some, sweet grass or cedar or lavender, oils or something. But when you're smudging, let me tell you the areas you really need to pay attention to when you're smudging with sage, palo santo, whatever herb you choose. Pay attention to all doors. Open up those doors and cabinets and let us smoke into those areas. Don't allow any nook or cranny to escape your attention. Reflective surfaces and even mirrors. A lot of people don't understand mirrors can be used to trap things, especially negative energies. So you want to make sure you not only physically clean your mirrors, but also smudge them. And the same thing with reflective surfaces, because they can trap things in them. You want to expel anything negative in all of that. But once you've done a thorough smudging, you don't have to be specific with the sage. or the Palo Santo, or, you know, a lot of the protective herbs, even patchouli or whatnot. The smoke will do it for it. Just make sure it hits every little nook and cranny. One of the reasons why I smoke my family out. And I try to do it on a full moon night, so that way we all get to enjoy the moon. So I will legitimately smoke everybody out of my home with the sage. There's not a nook or cranny that doesn't get got. Because I really saturate the place with it, and it's a good idea. I mean, if you don't want to, or you can't because of breathing problems or anything, don't feel bad. Even a little bit of smoke, you know, going around and paying attention to all the surfaces will still do a good job, because the sage will know. The sage will do its job. There's nothing special, particular that you've got to do with it, except I like to tell people to go counterclockwise with it, because you're erasing and pulling it out. But now that once you've done the smudging, now you've created like a black hole, and you've got to put something in its place. Now with that, you can use, you know, various oils or sprays and stuff like that. And you spray, you know, when I do the oils and sprays, I usually like to pay attention to like doorways and stuff like that. Doorways and window sills, inside and out. Oil's the same thing, inside and out. I like to do a protection oil after I've done the sage, so that way there's a banner of protection all the way around it. When you're doing a triple house blessing, start with your sage. Go to your cedar. With your cedar, you don't have to be as you're strong with it, because you're not cleansing anything out. You're just trying to put the energy of the cedar in your home. And I love cedar, because cedar is great for attracting good positive energies and harmonies, and bringing peace to the home, and also helping to deal with what's it called, grief. And especially this day and age, with everything, we're all grieving over something, some kind of loss, whether it be person, change of life, change of atmosphere. This will help with the grief a lot. I recommend people who've had their loved ones die or whatnot and can't seem to get over the grief, to carry some of this in your pocket with you. Also, if you put a little bit of this cedar in your wallet, it'll help grow your finances. A little thing I'm sure a lot of people don't know, but it does not take a lot of this cedar to get the job done. You can go with a very small smoke. And I usually follow that by the sweetgrass, because this sweetgrass brings peace and harmony and a connection to the more angelic forces, the more angelic natures, the good spirits. And you really want to fill your home with goodness and prosperity and happiness, and this does help. The warning I give everybody with the sweetgrasses is, do not burn this unless you have cleansed your area first, because this this will call energy into the place. So you want the negative energy to be gone before you call any other energy into it. So cleanse it, whether with candles, salt water, holy water, whatever your means or method to cleanse your place. Do that first. I mean, smudging's the easiest. Smudge it real quick, and then follow it up with this. This will help make sure that there is no, black hole or vacuum in your home when you burn this afterwards. This also helps too, because this is bringing in a calming, peaceful energy. And if you can find some cedar that has rose blossoms in it, I really recommend that. Cedar with orange blossoms can actually help open the lines of communication inside your home. A lot of people are having problems, experiencing issues, because we don't know how to communicate. If you find some cedar with orange blossom in it, it will go far, far, far on that. If you can't get orange blossom, get some neroli oil. Neroli oil does the same thing, because it's the essential oil from the orange blossoms, which is really good to have, especially inside your home. When communication is vital, especially between, the couples and even the children and stuff. Now, I really do recommend about the time when you smudge your home to think about some of the issues and the problems that you may have. And I even have a few sprays that can take the place of the smudging. I mean, this is a smudge in the bottle. You just go around, spray everywhere. And it's great for like apartments and dorms and stuff that you can't have smoke. And then you turn around and finish it up with some financial oil, which is actually prosperity oil. So this will fill up your area just by going around dotting, you know, your windowsills and doors and stuff. You smudge with this and anoint with this. It's great to go. Or better yet, your car. You know, a lot of people don't know. Negative energy can be surrounding inside your car too. Spray and anoint. Just avoid paint. I always tell people avoid the paint. So if you're having difficulty with the negativity, you can cleanse it out and call in energy. But I like to do afterwards, after I've done smudged and anointed my house and sprayed and everything that I'm going to do. And there's like a whole list of things that I do when I do the full thing. Then I like to turn around and I'll take my ashes and I'll make black salt with that. And I will make a protective circle around my home with this. This will banish any negativity that decides to even come across your property line. And I will turn around and I will do a protective circle with that. Depends on what else I'm going to use as a protective circle. Sometimes I'll turn around and with a little bit of oil and water, I will follow it with like a prosperity circle, which is easy. And if I'm going to do that, then the black salt I will do counterclockwise to banish anything that may try to come and harm me and my family. And it really, really works. Black salt is awesome and amazing. And there are a few warnings with the black salt. You can use it to banish people from your life. I don't recommend it because even your worst enemy can save your life. But I can't stop you from doing it. If you feel the need and you just got to for your own peace and your own sanity, then do what you need to do. But be careful. Be very, very careful. Like I said, even your worst enemy can be the one person that saves your life. It's odd how that happens, but it happens. So save your ashes, make your black salt. And I do have a video on YouTube that shows how to make black salt. And if I don't, then I will by the end of the week. And then what I'll do is I'll do that counterclockwise. But if I'm not doing anything else other than that, I will use it as a protective circle and I will go clockwise. So it just depends on if that's the only thing that you're using or not. So for me, I'm going to go counterclockwise with that because I'm going to follow it up with some financial oil and water, and I'm going to do a circle around my property so that good things can be called to my home. And that way when people cross my line, anything that's negative or wearing them down or bogging them down, they have a chance of having some peace and a break from all of that. And then what happens is they end up feeling good and happy, and that's what I want. I want people to feel like they have hope and that there's something good coming into their life because it's a prosperity oil. You know, I want them to have good things coming into their life. For my guests and my shop owner, you know, clients and stuff like that. So, if you're having problems right now, I'm sure you are, especially the empaths. I know mainly the empaths are having problems right now, big time, the psychics and the empaths. Smudge your home, do a protective circle. And if you're doing a protective circle, try to tie that into your power lines. So that way you don't have to constantly focus and concentrate on keeping that barrier up. Your power lines can do it for you. Just a little FYI that I've learned over the years, and it works so much better. And it makes it so much easier for me to keep a protective circle up and around my home without all the work and all the effort, because it's tied to the power lines. And the power lines keep it going for me. I think that is all for my video for today. Hope to see you again. And remember, have fun with this. Do it however you want. But just remember, this cannot be burnt without having other things up first. Do your cleansing first, then worry about the sweetgrass. Bye, and as always, blessed be.